Welcome back to part 2 of our Peninsula project. In this video, I'll be showing you around the primary bedroom, the dressing rooms, and the cutest children's bedrooms. Let's go in. Welcome to the primary suite. We have 2 dressing rooms, an amazing bathroom, but I don't want to spend too much time here for now. I want to show you the bedroom first. I couldn't wait to show you this primary bedroom because it's one of the calmest bedrooms we've ever designed. It really feels like a sanctuary in the city. And I think the main point in this room has got to be this incredible 4-poster bed. It's completely upholstered from the posts, even the cross beams, and this beautiful faux suede. It's an emperor size and it just makes you feel so cocooned and calm, and it's quiet and peaceful. Such an elegant space. The inspiration behind this whole colour scheme was that favourite colour of our clients, which is this very soft grey-green colour. We've used it on everything from the cushions, even the custom bed linen, and onto the wall colour on the panelling. Whenever I'm designing a property, I really like to make sure that the whole property has a thread that runs throughout the design. That's not to say you want every room to be repetitive. You want each one to have its own identity, but it's important to feel like it always feels like part of the same property. In here, we did that by introducing some more moulding and panelling on the walls. Previously, these were just plain, and by adding that moulding, it really elevates it and gives it that heritage Parisian vibe. This dressing area is one of my favourite vignettes in the room. The client is actually US based, and this is a secondary home for them. And they had some real key design features that they wanted to include, some particular pieces of furniture. This mirror from Windsor Smith was one of those. Our client loves this shield shape. You might have noticed some of the handles in the living room also shared this same shape, and it makes such a beautiful statement. I really enjoy unusual ways of hanging art and mirrors, and what particularly appealed to me with this one is that it's got the integrated hook that the mirror is suspended from. When it came to styling this area, we've kept it quite simple. Even though we had this really oversized mirror, it's still good to have a mirror on your dressing table that's much closer so you can put your makeup on. For here, we've used this brass mirror from our Armac Martin collection. And then we've brought in that same accent colour onto the chair with this beautiful fabric that features that soft green. And something that I particularly enjoy in this desk is this fluted front design, which we've used on some other projects in the Middle East, and I think works so well. Whenever we're designing a project for a home, we're not just thinking about the requirements of that client, but we always ask them about, is this their forever home, or do they care about appeal to future buyers? Now, our particular client doesn't want to watch TV in bed, but it's still important to make sure that you've got everything covered. So when you're designing a big piece of joinery like this, you want to make sure that you're future-proofing it. So we've done a very discreet access panel, and behind there you have all the requirements if someone in the future wants to add a TV. In the meantime, we haven't been able to hang the art, that's happening tomorrow, but we've dressed it with some beautiful Fremantle pieces. These are part of our collection with a beautiful magnolia canopy, and I love how it brings out all the colours from the rest of the room. This piece features a lot of different finishes, and this is something you'll notice throughout the apartment, is that our client didn't want to have too much of one material on any of the joinery, whether that was the kitchen, the living room, or here in the primary bedroom. So we've got a combination of this whitewashed oak, then we have a herringbone linen covering here, and then inside the niche we've got a faux suede, so it really adds some softness. And this isn't something we've done before. Normally when we do a candle niche like this, we're thinking more about hard finishes, which is what you typically have in a fireplace setting. But as these are only faux candles, you can have whatever you wanted, and I really love how it's turned out. It feels so soft and enveloping. As this bedroom was quite large, we had this extra space in front of the bed and it made sense to create a sitting area. So we've flanked either side of the joinery unit with these beautiful winged armchairs, which really envelope you, and it's a perfect space to sit and read a book. And then we've combined that with this marble-topped coffee table in an oval shape, which works really well with the ergonomics of the space. And then we had this custom chandelier made. Now this was inspired by an antique chandelier that our client had seen and loved, but the proportions of the antique chandelier didn't work in here. So we took inspiration from it and had it custom made in the UK and changed the shape to an oval so it works perfectly with the oval coffee table. When it comes to upholstery, I love to mix up the different materials. So for the bench at the end of the bed, we went for this darker blue in a velvet, which again is a performance fabric. Throughout the apartment, we've tried to keep everything really practical. Even though it looks very light and elegant, everything is performance. You don't have to worry about it. And then it's got this incredible beaded trim at the bottom. And sometimes for me, it's the smallest details that really make the biggest difference. And attention to detail in this apartment is second to none. Whilst we're on the subject of attention to detail, one small element that I really wanted to highlight in here was this beautiful curtain trim. I love a beautiful trim, and we took inspiration from the design of this and took it onto the custom bed linen, which is not only monogrammed but has that same leaf motif around the edge. And again, it's just small details like that that for me really elevate a space. For the bedside tables, we've gone oversized. These are a custom size design from our Loom collection. This is the reed bedside table that I also have in my bedroom. And I absolutely love this design. It's beautiful, it comes in different finishes. And we've also got suede drawer liners for the top drawers. Again, a lovely detail that you really appreciate when you're living with a piece. And all the drawers below are really deep, perfect for storing books or vitamins, whatever you may need. To dress the table itself, now these lamps deserve a mention. They are so beautiful. I remember when we first saw them in an art gallery in Paris, they were so special and photographs don't do them justice. They have these gold flecks within the perspex and it just beautifully catches the light and adds a little bit more Hollywood glamour into the bedroom. The next room in the primary suite that I wanted to show you was the bathroom. Now this is one of the most luxurious bathrooms we've ever designed. Previously, I loved the bathroom design they had here as well. It was an iconic Peninsula design, but it had quite strong onyx and it wasn't to our client's taste. So we've replaced all the hard finishes. Starting from the walls, we have this beautiful Calacata Oro, which we've booked matched. And it's in this panel design, which I think adds so much detail and that heritage feel and connects it to the rest of the apartment. As we move over to the vanities, there's two matching vanities and we designed these custom. They're all made from solid oak, so beautiful. I love all the integrated storage and the fluted design, which works so well with these Jessie veinty taps that we installed. There's lots of storage with integrated storage even behind the mirrors, and some beautiful lighting with these fluted wall lights as well. Through the fluted glass doors, you can see there's a lot of fluting, it all connects and it's very cohesive. We have the shower enclosure, and in here we have the same mother of pearl floor tiles that we've got in the main bathroom, some beautiful Zellige tiles, and I love this combination of Zellige with the marble architrave framing the entrance and the marble in the niche as well. It's a very American aesthetic, but I really love it. We're doing a lot of that at the moment in our projects. Now brace yourselves, because I'm about to show you what I think is probably the most luxurious loo in the world. In here we have this stunning wall covering by De Gournay. This is all hand painted and it has sequins and beading on the fishes. I mean, it's the couture of the wallpaper world. It's absolutely amazing and our client was so excited about this. They were really involved in the process and even signed off on the position of each fish and the style of the beading and embroidery itself. If there's room in a bathroom for furniture, I always love to add it. So in here we've done this cocktail table next to the bath, which is perfect for your shampoo bottles or a cup of tea or a glass of champagne. And then the last finishing touch in here is this ottoman that we sourced in Italy. I feel like the oval shape works so well with the footprint of this room, and I really love the tassel detail at the bottom. This space doubles up as not only the entrance to the primary suite, but when we first inherited this project, it had no furniture in here, and we felt it was the perfect space to create a dressing area for him so they could have separate spaces. So we designed all of these wardrobes, and I love the combination of finishes with the burr maple and the herringbone fabric. It's got a very masculine feel, but it's not too overly dark. And then we have these natural horn handles that have been sustainably sourced. And inside, the finishes are just as elevated. We've kept that same burr finish for the drawers, and we have a faux leather for the internals. Next to the bank of wardrobes, we designed this custom bench with integrated storage. So this is somewhere where he can sit, put his shoes on, and there's some drawer storage where you can store some additional shoes. We've dressed that with some beautiful cushions. Again, they've got a slightly masculine feel with the tartan and the linen. And for the wall finish, we've taken linen onto the walls itself. It really softens the acoustics, makes the room feel a lot warmer. And we've added a beautiful faux suede mirror with some fluted wall lights that ties in with the designs that we've got in the bathroom. And there's some custom artwork that we had commissioned that's got some family pictures of them on some of their holidays. Now through this door, and before I go in here, I need a moment for these doors. These are absolutely stunning. We replaced all the doors throughout the apartment, and these are from our SWD collection. I love them, and I really love these handles as well, which is so special. And I think the mark of a good handle is it needs to feel good when you touch it. But let's go in here, because this is probably the room that we've done the least amount to, but I think it's a good example of when we inherit a project, we don't like to rip everything out. If it works, we just enhance it in small little ways. In this dressing room, we didn't want to rip everything out that was perfectly functional and the client liked, so we just did a couple of changes to really elevate the space. Starting with this island, previously it had a glass top, but we put some faux suede here instead. It really softens it and makes it feel much more luxurious. We also lined all of the drawers with the same faux suede. Again, it just feels a lot more tactile. We replaced some of the shelves that were glass. I never like to have glass shelves anywhere because I feel like the acoustics of putting things onto the glass isn't an elevated experience. So we replaced these, and the joiner's done such a good job of perfectly matching the rest of the joinery. The main focal point in this room has got to be this incredible wall. This is all handmade. You can see there's 3D blossoms, there's some gold paint and even some little pearl coloured beads. It's so beautiful. This has taken hundreds of hours, and it's like an art piece in this space. Our client absolutely loves it, and it really makes the whole dressing room feel so much more special. Down the corridor from the primary bedroom, we have the children's bedroom wing. Now before I head into one of the bedrooms, and you do not want to miss these, they're probably the best bedrooms we've ever designed, we have this really cute linen cupboard that we designed custom. So this is where the clients will store all of their beautiful bed linen and towels. It's got adjustable shelves, and I love how this is beginning to introduce some of those playful elements with the bobbin trim. Let's head into the first bedroom. The children's bedrooms is where the client's love of animals and travel really comes into play. Everything in here is being customised to make it personalised to them. Starting with the beautiful wall covering, this was the starting point of our entire design. This is the safari wall covering from our collection with Fremantle, and I love this design. It's so playful and it really is great at growing with children. But we've added some really personal elements, including even their pet dogs, into the wallpaper itself, which I can't wait for the daughter to see this. She's going to absolutely love it. We've taken more personalisation onto the bed itself with the pet dogs embroidered onto all the bed linen, and I love these scallop details on the linen itself, which pick up the shape of the headboard. This was designed to almost resemble a cloud. Again, we really wanted to make it as playful as possible. And you'll notice in these bedrooms, there's a lot of pattern on pattern. So we've got some subtle pattern on the headboards, we've got the leopard print on the cushions, and then this gorgeous pattern on the bed throw from Andrew Martin. When designing children's bedrooms, I like to make sure that I'm designing for the long term. So this bedroom is for a baby. So of course we've incorporated the cot, but we also have the double bed as well, which is perfect for the parents if they're looking after the child. And then when they grow out of the cot, they can transition into that larger bed. In this corner behind me, we've designed a beautiful nursing chair and combine that with a small cocktail table, but I particularly love the floor lamp with this skirted shade, which I think again brings some playful elements. Then we've brought out the animal theme in a subtle way elsewhere through artwork with this photograph of giraffes that echoes the wallpaper, and even down to the toys itself. We bought this for the client's baby as a little gift, which is a cute little giraffe, and it's just keeping guard over the peninsula, watching what's going on outside. For the flooring in the bedrooms, all the bedrooms have integrated carpet or rugs, and I really like this because when you have the furniture half on, half off the rug, you don't have to worry about it rocking. Here we've done a gorgeous wool herringbone, and this is a carpet that we've used in lots of projects with young families. It's really practical. And then we've got the antique brass trim before it transitions to the light oak flooring. The bathrooms were all refurbished as well. We kept the vanity unit, but we changed all the stone. The client wanted each of the children's bedrooms to feel cohesive with the bathroom, so we did that through introducing these soft blue scallop tiles in the shower area, which we've combined with an onyx stone, which I feel like really elevates it and makes it feel quite luxurious and gives it longevity. And then finally, this grass cloth wall covering blends the two of them because it's got some blue tones with the warmer sand tones that you see in the onyx. The last thing to mention here is accessories are key in any room, but I love to accessorize a bathroom. We've done that through introducing the scallop shapes that you saw on the bed linen, and we've brought the customized family pets onto the towels themselves as well. Now behind this door, I've saved the best till last. I absolutely love this bedroom, and if you've stayed till this point, you won't regret it. Come on in. There are so many adorable details in this bedroom, it's hard to know where to start, but I think we've got to begin with the mural. This was all personalised for the client down to their exact specification, and it features their daughter in various happy memories that they've had from safari holidays, in London, going to tennis tournaments, even fashion shows, and it features the family pets as well. This was a real labour of love by the artist, and I couldn't be happy with how it's turned out. We've actually had them paint it onto panels, so all of these are removable, so if the client does ever sell this property, they're able to take those panels with them. Similarly to next door, we've gone for the largest bed that we can fit for longevity reasons, and we've also included lots of happy, playful prints in here, from the leopard print that goes with that animal theme. We've also got the family pets on the bed linen, and then something that I also love was that the client loved the ottoman that we did in the primary bathroom so much, we've repeated the same design in here in her daughter's bedroom. In this corner of the bedroom, we've done a small play area because there is no playroom in this apartment. We wanted to make sure there was somewhere for their daughter to play. So we have a small play table and these adorable little bunny chairs. I absolutely love these that we got from America. They were all customized to the colors of the client. And then we did a bespoke desk over here. You can see it's quite long, but we've gone for a very shallow depth. There's plenty of space for her to dance and play in the room. When you're designing children's bedrooms, you don't want to fill up all the space. It's important to give them lots of area to run around. And I really love the art choices that we've made in here. We didn't want to just do your typical art, so we've gone for this really rustic rattan frame with a painting of their family pets, and then we've combined that with some hats. And this really ties in with the mural because in the mural she's dressed as Matilda, so we wanted to bring the hats from that mural onto the artwork as well. And how gorgeous is this little chair? It's just the sweetest design. It sort of looks like a donut to me. It makes me want to eat donuts, which is not a healthy thing, but absolutely love that. With the lighting, we haven't missed the opportunity to have fun and create some playful moments. So we have this Porta Romana ostrich leg lamp with the feather shade, which I really love. And then we've combined that with a tassel chandelier. This was inspired with a mid-century chandelier that we saw on First Dibs. And then we had this one customized in a different color and the size that worked for this room. This dresser over here was a custom piece. And you can see we've introduced the bobbin detail that we had in the linen cupboard, and we've combined that with some linen fronted drawers. This is perfect for all her clothes storage. And then if we go through into her bathroom, we've taken the same approach that we did with the other children's bedroom and made sure that all the colours tie in. And I think this has to be the girliest bathroom we've ever designed. We have a grass cloth wall covering with all these scattered hearts in the dusty pink, bringing the colour scheme through from the bedroom. And then in the shower, we've echoed that with some light pink tiles combined with this white marble, which feels elevated but playful all at once. That's a wrap for our Peninsula project. I hope you've enjoyed this tour. If you'd like to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see lots more project tours that we've got coming this way. And if you'd like to get more details about our process and learn about design, check out our design academy at sophiepatersonacademy.com.